this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to share a walkthrough of this album. It covers Project Life 2023, April through July. If you remember, I decided to try out Project Life in 6x8 format. I had done that several years prior, I think in 2018. I don't think I ever finished it, but I really enjoyed it and I decided to just try that again because I've been doing Project Life since 2009, so a very long time, and I just enjoy changing up the sizes and doing things differently. So for, like I said, 2023, it's 6x8, and I'm doing the same thing for this year, but I'm really working a year behind because I really like being able to use like July products right away with my July photos from 2023. I just wrapped up July in this album, so I am currently working on August of 2023. So let's go ahead and take a look in this album. The album opens up with the vellum cover, and I really wanted to put the month here, or maybe even a tab for the month, but I'm still kind of thinking that through. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it or which way I'll do it, or if I'll do both. I also had these set of calendar pieces that could possibly work, but I don't think they work well for all the dividers that I have chosen. So after the opening page, I do kind of another opening page with a photo. I usually try to get a photo from the start of the month, but any photo that I can get to kind of sum up what the month was about, or just a good photo to kick off the month. Next page talks about my husband and I celebrating 19 years together and going on a walk and a hike. And then on the right hand side, I kind of continued the same color scheme with an outdoor activity with my daughter. And these are all die cut pieces. There is physical pieces, but I really liked using the digital ones that I then cut out on my Cameo. This next page was really fun to put together because it really just captures week in the life and my favorite photos, and I use lots of different colors, lots of stamps for the different flowers, and I just really compacted the entire project into these favorite photos. So one of my son, my daughter, us as a family, and then a variety of photos there. Next is Easter, and we were dressed in all blue, not planned, but I decided to go with that as kind of my main color scheme, with some pieces here and just doing a lot of clustering and using that app that I've talked about before, which is called PicFrame, and just using those and making a custom collage 7x9. And I just print them out and I stuck them down and made it super easy on myself. Another page I love to do is kind of a summary page or an everyday page, kind of a mixed bag, if you will. And this was one of them. I used Stories by the Month kit with some chipboard there and then some stamped phrases. This is another collage that I made, but I intentionally left some pieces there and then did my best to get the sizes to fill in. April is all about spring, so I had to do some very spring themed pages. We also planted some flowers, and I added this little piece here to add some more die cuts and a big title that I had. And then you open it up and let's see if you can see it. Yep, you can see it. So then I put another die cut that said enjoying, and just like I said, had a lot of fun with the flowers that were in the Stories by the Month, but also printed a lot from my Cameo and kind of carried that theme through the whole month. The next page, really, I just had a great photo of us hanging out on the couch, and I wanted to make an attempt to use a prompt page because I tend to not use them. So I used the 5 things page and just documented 5 different stories about right now. And I actually absolutely love how this came together, and I wish I would remember to do it more often because it's perfect. It captures right then and right there, and I love it. For the end of the month, I did something completely different, and I don't think it was intentional. I usually like to end with photos from the end of the month or, you know, a family selfie or the kids or something. Not usually TV, but that's how it worked out for this particular month. I just did a grid of all the different shows that we were watching and then stamped a title there and some TVs. We start on May with this green transparency, and then a page I did a really long time ago for my Instagram series called Scrapbooking with Friends. And I love this photo of my kids getting ready for school, and then just doing a bunch of circles with the Stories by the Month kit. The next page is actually what I would consider a weekly spread. I don't think I wrote down the weekly number, and I probably should, but I believe, yeah, I tried something different, you know, just including all the photos from that one week, and it turned out really pretty. I mean, I know that some of the pictures are kind of, well, mainly this picture, the socks on the toilet paper roll, totally random, but I turned it black and white so it's not so in your face, and just did a bullet point list right there. And I used a 4x6 quote card, which I'm also trying to use more of those. The title is cut with my Cameo, and I did it twice, so that way it had a little more dimension. The next project was all about a hike with my husband, and I did this for the Stories by the Month class. Another weekly spread, week 19, just doing a grid and some star pieces there and using the Now Story Kit. I believe that's what it is. So the Now Story Kit, and then made my own card. This one turned out okay. I felt like the stamping got a little messy, especially on my journaling card, and I felt like it might compete a little bit with this one, but called it done and moved on. Another weekly spread. This one I really love how it came together. It's week 20. I did 2x2s and 3x2s, and again used the Now kit, or no, actually maybe the Currently kit. I think it was the Currently kit, and focused on greens and blues. So really love this one, and it's a design I should probably repeat again. Celebrating Mother's Day, I wound up with a spot here and knew I wanted to document our photo on the wall. I always, quote unquote, force my kids to take a photo right here, and it's really special to me. So I made the photo super big and then just did a stack of stamping and also digital stamping. Over here, these photos were taken on the same day at my in-laws, and I had a stamp set from Studio Calico that I wanted to play with. So I played with it, and then the page kind of just sat around, and I was wondering where it's gonna go. And so I decided to just go ahead and put it there, and now I have two awesome pages for Mother's Day. The next few pages are all about outdoor adventures, and I just love how these came together. They came together so awesome. I had this really great photo of me and my people behind me, so it's a really unique family selfie, and I pulled some colors from here to make custom flowers that I could die cut, and then just had fun with some clustering. And I also made this paper using a 4x6 journaling card. In between the two outdoor adventures, I put another weekly spread. This time it covered 2 weeks, and I did 22 to 23. Sometimes I like to make my own collages, and that's what I tried here. And I just started with like basic shapes and Photoshop elements, and then shrunk them down till I get a size I like. The only problem is I wound up with a really, really tiny one there. I didn't really like it, but I was like, I'm done messing with this. I'm not gonna try to keep messing with it. I'll just leave it, print it, move on. And isn't that what I always say? Give it enough time, you know, set yourself a time limit, and then just move on, because you don't want to spend all your time on one simple detail. Over here is where I did the bullet point journaling, and then a cluster here, and these two photos were about big events for both of my kids, so that's why they were the focal photos. I guess I have one more page in between the next outdoor adventure, but I went to a movie with my daughter. This was another project for Scrapbooking with Friends, and I wasn't sure if I should put it in her album, her collection of layouts, or the family's. So I decided to just put it in the families, and I can also make another one for her at some point. But it's all about going to see The Little Mermaid together, and we went to the fancy movie theater where you can order desserts right at your seat. Okay, so this is the next outdoor adventure using the Stories by the Month card kit, and I used all the different florals, and I just turned out so good. And I had one purple chipboard in my stash, so I used that, and I just turned out wonderful. And I loved having this big space up here to do a cluster of embellishments. Wrapping up May with this grid page and just using, I think, just this journaling card. And then once I had cut out this piece, I was able to punch some shapes. And this is a clear sticker title. Love how that came together. Felt like this was a really smart idea to get a title down that popped, and I didn't have to use my Cameo. Moving into June, I used this vellum insert, and I kick off with the end of school and this photo my best friend had taken, and I love the photo that he got. This follows 8th grade graduation for my son. I did monochromatic blue using lots of different pieces from different kits, and then more finishing school with the kids' teachers, and then ice cream, and using the Enjoy kit. Another Enjoy kit project was all about our people. As I was putting together pages, I usually try to focus on stories. What stories can I pull from the month? You saw in May that I didn't do that as much, but in June, when I was pulling photos and deciding what kind of pages I'm gonna make, I noticed we had a lot of people photos. So I decided to make that page, and it just came out wonderful. I love how it showcases everybody that we care about, even this ridiculous photo of my son. He asked me to put my glasses on a pillow, and I love the photos. Then comes a town parade, and I just kept it very simple with the photos and making my own cards. For the first day of summer, I included this great photo of my daughter, followed by Father's Day, and then my son playing with some friends. We move into kind of the first summer adventure, going to a cave and using a kind of 3x4 page protector design. More family time at the movies, and then flipping it up to like show the picture of the food, because I'm not great at showing pictures of foods, and I don't know. I'd rather keep it hidden. Another project for scrapbooking with friends that I did on Instagram was just documenting this walk with my husband, something we enjoy doing during the summer more often. Another outdoor adventure, we found a different place to try out, and I did 3x4s all the way to here, and then 2x2s there. And I think the kit that I used was awesome, and then just changed the colors to work for what I needed. The next page is kind of the catch-all page. Absolutely love how it came together. It's just like my favorite 2 photos, and then a grid of photos that really show off summertime and what was happening, using a big sun there and a big die cut there as well. Wrapping up the month with this page of my husband and I, and then my 2 kids, and lots of stamping up at the top. All right, moving into July. I think this is pink. It's supposed to be pink, but it actually really works for July, so it's got a home now. Cut out the letters for July, and then use this big tag piece right there, followed by our outdoor adventure, finally giving this card a home. It's been sitting in my stash forever. And then I just did monochromatic green because we had so much green in the photos. The next project focuses, of course, on 4th of July, and I loved using a different page protector with the 4x4s. I wanted to make our family photo stand out, so I did a big tag using a December daily tag as kind of my foundation. And then that way I could also do a really fun stamping piece on the back. And then a 3x4 page protector right there. On the back is kind of the catch-all spread. I just inserted this just for fun. And then I did the catch-all for July. These are definitely the more recent process videos. This is, of course, the vacation that we took, hours and die cuts, followed by this page. And then this one with my kids playing in the sprinkler. I think I did this for a story kit crush on Instagram, and I don't think I ever shared the process video, but I had a lot of fun documenting this special moment for my kids. Finish up the album with this outside goodness photo and dotting a photo right there. So that is my album that covers, what is it? 4 months, I believe, and like I said in the beginning, I absolutely love this format, and I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this walkthrough. All right, have a great day. Bye.